developing, which will allow some fog patches to form, especially in prone spots around the fens, and lows tonight down to 5 Celsius, that's 41 degrees Fahrenheit. BBC News for Cambridgeshire, it's approaching 8:30.
Muslims around the world will be making plans for the annual pilgrimage to Mecca, which is known as Hajj, and it has more than once hit the media headlines in recent times because of people getting hurt in the crowds. But imagine being disabled and not having access to facilities that you're used to, like, for example, disabled toilets and wheelchair ramps. Now, as we heard earlier, that's what some parents of disabled children are saying is happening in Saudi Arabia, where authorities say there are existing facilities, but that they are looking into improving the situation. Hassan Mohammed went on Hajj in 2016. Good morning to you, Hassan.
Good morning, Pam.
So one of the reasons that we're interviewing you is not just about Hajj, but also about the fact that you took your mother, who is a wheelchair user, around there. Disability or no disability on a pilgrimage to Mecca?
It's absolutely amazing. You go into the house of God and you physically are shaken. Your heart tells you you're in front of a very, very special being. And when first you see the house of God built by Prophet Abraham, you know your mind and your body tells you you're in somebody very, very special and in the sight of God.
But so many thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people are milling around, they're walking around to various places around Mecca. Is that, in of itself, as somebody who's, fit and hale and hearty, is that a little bit scary?
It can be. I mean, there are around about 3 million people trying to do pretty much the same thing at the same time. But people, so even if you're physically fit, you obviously do find the stress of it. But it's a pleasure, and people with physical disabilities, there are facilities for them. When you go, perhaps one of the toughest time would be when you're going around the Kaaba. You have to follow very much the examples of Prophet Abraham and his wife.
Sorry, just to interrupt you, can you explain what the Kaaba is, please?
Kaaba is the house, which is the square that you see on TV.
The big black square.
Yes, that's right. Originally built by Prophet Abraham, as instructed by God. And one of the rituals is to go around that 7 times. And when you're going around that, very, very near the Kaaba, that's perhaps the toughest. There's so many people in front of you, behind you. And astonishingly, my wife and I were going around it this last year, and you suddenly nudged with a wheelchair behind you and look around and say, "Oh, okay." So you're also nudged by people on your left and right, so it's no different, and it's a pleasure to see everybody, irrespective of the physical fitness, trying to meet the God at His house, so to speak. And it's nothing strange. Everybody realizes it's their right, and a pleasure to see everybody.
We heard earlier from some parents who have taken their children with them on Hajj and have found it particularly difficult and challenging, where although there are facilities, not all of them are working, perhaps lifts aren't working, things like that. What have you found? Because I now understand you've taken your mother before. So, I know that it's been a wonderful experience for you, but are there challenges?
Yes, of course. There are always challenges, but there are ways and means. I have seen a large number of parents go with their families, with children of various ages, from 2 or 3 months to a lot older. And I can see when there's so many people, you have to be patient. It doesn't matter, if you're 100% athlete, you will still find it challenging. But there are privileges and rightly so, for people with physical disability.
Right, so sorry, finally there's one more question that I want to ask you, because you mentioned that special feeling that you get and millions of people get when they go on Hajj. But people with mental and physical disabilities are exempt from going on Hajj, aren't they?
Lovely, I will.
It just seems a little bit wrong that they should miss out on that feeling. I mean, you made it for mother.
Thank you.
You made it happen for your mother. And how important was it for her to go on this?
Oh, she's lifetime ambition fulfilled. Absolutely, it's a very, very special feeling for every Muslim to try to go there once in a lifetime. And with people with mental disabilities don't have to go. If only you only go to Hajj when you have sufficient spare money and when you are physically fit. The same blessing you can have at home. You're exempt. But if you still want to go, you're welcome. The planes make it easy for you. When the buses have disabled ramps. The Kaaba itself, the huge building, the biggest mosque in the world, has ramps and has escalators and has lifts and when you go around the Kaaba, there are special lanes for people who can go around, and you can sons and daughters push their mothers and wives or whoever or children around on pushchairs if they want to, or you can even hire people. You pay them about $1 million to do that for you. But normally, the family members would love to do
hear
that.
this experience was positive.
Or you can give money to someone else in your place who can do a Hajj for you. If that's what you want to do, you still get the same blessings.
Ahsan Mohammed, thank you very much. It's lovely to hear of such a positive experience that you've had. Ahsan Mohammed is the chair for the Newmarket Mosque, and thank you for joining us this morning.
BBC Radio Cambridgeshire.
Yes, it's fabulous to hear such a positive experience, because it doesn't necessarily agree with what we heard last hour, and it's nice to hear that someone locally has found, and it obviously, if anyone's worried about it, it will set people's minds at rest.
On BBC Radio Cambridgeshire.